Hey, Ahearn, privacy expert and blackmail strategist. I'm going to talk about how I stop blackmail, prevent exposure. You walk away unscathed and it's just a bad memory you'll just never relive. So the first thing is, talking to a victim and understanding exactly what went on, okay? So basically, how did you connect with the blackmailer? What do they know about your identity? It's really, really key, okay? Because sometimes blackmailers bluff and they don't have any content, meaning they don't have your Facebook friends or your LinkedIn connections, and they're just bluffing you. So I can just walk you through a step-by-step, conversation, understanding exactly, what occurred, and then saying, okay, these are the risks here, or this is the danger there, and we need to deal with that aspect of the blackmail. The other situation is the content, the compromising photos or videos. Are you identifiable? Because sometimes victims are not identifiable. Other times, the victims will go live on video, but the blackmailer doesn't capture it. They just give you the impression they did. So did they send back screenshots of the video or not? So there are things to determine that could basically estimate the level of blackmail and threats one is dealing with in these situations. Now, depending on the type of blackmail, there's two types. There's in-person blackmail, like sugar daddy blackmail or escort blackmail you met in person, or a grinder situation where you connected with someone. And then there's digital blackmail, that's like Facebook, Instagram, someone you met on LinkedIn, or it could be, an Ashley Madison app, but you never meet someone, or a grinder app too, and you never meet the person. So there's in-person and digital. For the most part, you deal with them the same way, okay? Because you have to, back the blackmailer off. You got to stall the payments. You got to protect the identity. The difference is in person runs the risk of someone knowing where you live, knowing where you work, and they will escalate the threats to, I'm coming to your home, I'm coming to your job. And then the question is whether these are real threats or fake threats, which I'm capable of determining after dealing with the blackmailer for a while. And so my strategy is always about stalling and backing off, making it difficult for the blackmailer to figure out how they're going to get me to pay. Even though you never pay a blackmailer, because if you pay, they keep coming back at you. Sometimes, depending on what they don't know about you, I can then manipulate information where I use online disinformation and create like a fake business website where, they think you work for ABC Trucking or whatever it may be. And what happens is, they then will capture that information on that website, and they'll start threatening to expose you to this fake website, your fake spouse and your fake boss and all that stuff, which is ideal because it contains the blackmail. In most blackmail cases, it takes about a month to 6 weeks to get rid of a blackmailer. So it can take a while. If you deal with it on your own, your best bet is buying my book and following the strategy, because it has the most valid information about combating blackmail than you'll find on like some message board somewhere. Now, going back to the idea of real threats and fake threats, like there's a cartel blackmail scam where the blackmailer claims that they're a cartel or they're a pimp or they're the drug organization. They're going to come and kill you, your spouse, and your children because you wasted their girl's time. It's just not true. It's just a bluff. Where the danger lies is they do know your identity and they do have contact information for your spouse, because they typically go after married men. And what happens is they will then, they could use your text messages to the fake escort as ammunition for blackmail. So, that's dealt with on a very different level. And then you have the email Bitcoin scam, where you get an email that says they've accessed your computer, they got your contacts, they know what you're doing, and you better pay Bitcoin in like 48 hours or they're gonna expose you. That's just a bunch of crap. So if you need help with the blackmail situation, my name is Ahearn. I take over the scam, I pose as you, I get rid of the blackmailer, I protect your identity, I prevent the exposure, and you walk away and nobody ever knows about it other than me and you. So be safe.